refuse to be what they want us to be. And we are what we are. That's the way it's going to be. Oh, you can't educate us. Cause we've been trudging on the wine press far too long. Rebel, rebel, and we've been taken for granted. Gochi. How are you? Ah, on my brothers and sisters, thanks for joining on a journey from Cornwall, England. Oh, Cornwall. Now, what did they take you con there? Morning, Mfe George, Chibuchi. Thanks. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man, easy. Guys, please help me share. Let me share the broadcast. Share it. We'll start in a minute or two. I just want to share it with my friends. Let me share with my friends. Yeah. Guys, thumb it up. It helps. It helps with the algorithm, you know. Yeah, it helps with the algorithm. Thumb it up, guys. Thumb it up, guys, please. Thumb it up and share. It helps me to reach more of our people. And I thank some of my friends who found their way back to the account. Like, you know, they've been finding us from all corners. Watching from China. My brother, hope you're safe. Hope they are not still arresting you people over there for nothing. Hope they are not still kicking you people out of your homes. Has it stopped? Please let us know. Precious. Go bad, oh. Chidi Martins. Good morning, bro. Good morning from Mexico. Ah, my brother, how's Mexico? How's Mexico? I hope guys they are fine. Morning from Wuhan. Wow. My brother, please. We need to quarantine your comments for 2 weeks first. Please. I will quarantine all your comments. I won't display them here before my computer catch a new virus. My new computer will catch a new virus now and will start jumping up and down. When they receive sense. Watching from UAE. How's UAE? Lovely, my dear. All these fake accounts. My dear, you're loved too. Same vibration this side, same energy. I turn it back to you, my brother. I love you all. I appreciate you. Hold on, guys. Yeah. Serious one. Hey, my people, let's begin, please. Where is Jeffrey? Hey, good morning. Nabe, Nasi Jim, Nasi Gideon. Isle Nasir, Hanim Chujukla, Ane Baba, Shehi, Nasir. Alright. Nice topic. In Keme except Williams, we always bring nice topics now. Salam alaikum. Amuneku salam. Ifanye Eke Mezie. Kanka Jim. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, my brother. Bawoni. Onisha champion agree to Baba one and egwu. Na boy bia. Akwa ki gent. My people, thank you for joining me. I'm fine, my brother. Thanks for joining us. Let's start in earnest as we wait for the rest of our brothers and sisters. 5 minutes has elapsed. As you may know, I'm not playing any song because I'm live on YouTube also. I don't know why I'm not seeing any comments on the YouTube from the YouTube guys. Is there anyone on YouTube? You know, I can't see you. It's different. It's a different ball game with Facebook. So you better talk. Or me will not say you did there. That's on YouTube. I'm not seeing your comments. I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing your break lights. But I know you're there. Ali, Jeffrey, I can see you. I can see you guys. Thumb it up and hit the like button. So guys, let's talk about this. Why is it that everyone is on lockdown? That means your salary is paused. The only people allowed to work are those ones that tell you that have essential jobs. Now, tell me a single job that is not essential. First person from YouTube, David Obilo. Thanks for representing your father's name. But there get many face marks, better ones. You understand? Call the salaries of the people drawing from the public purse. Of course. Yeah. Yes, guys on YouTube, I'm seeing you guys. Yeah, I know you're there. Thanks. I can see you now. See, my people, what job? Tell me a single job that is not essential. Is it the carpenter that must work to take care of his family? Is it the farmer? Okay, they exempted the farmers. But what of other people doing different businesses and people in the West? Do you realize that Walmart, even for once, has not stopped working? Amazon is working yet as we are talking right now, but the other cities, many cities are closed down. They are under lockdown. Why is it that it's a different rule for one set of people and another set of rule for the others? And why are the politicians allowing it to happen? Because nothing is stopping their salary. Whether they lock down Nigeria or not, every senator we get is 13 million naira this month. Plus the other allowances. Every local government chairman, every civil servant. Do you see how these people cover their asses before exposing everyone to this nonsense? Do you notice that everyone who matters, because you and I don't matter, believe me, if you don't have a political power, you are not a billionaire, you don't own all this national this thing, any of all these corporations, believe me, you don't matter. You are meant to follow the law as it was given to you by the people who are giving it. DTHL too, of course. Of course. How is it that all these people are allowed to work and make a living? Jeff Bezos is making more billions right now. The Walden family, Walmart, they are still raking in billions. But individual businesses must be locked down. Yet our people don't seem to understand it. Lockdown caused by who? Order given by who? The World Health Organization. Now, if not for the problem I had with the computers the other day, I would have shown you where the Chinese president Xi Jinping, before the idiot that is the WHO chief could do anything, he is taking order directly from the Chinese president. No kidding. You can use your phone now and check it. If you have any other device, please check this in. I'm telling you right now. All these lockdowns, because of what? Because of the US election. I am telling you. They are trying to rule the economies of the world and put fear into people because they are globalists. They don't care how many lives that are going to be lost throughout all this COVID-19, this thing. Go and check the suicide rates across the world in all the places that were locked down. Check the suicide rate skyrocketed, the suicide hotline. Most of the social media platforms you're seeing channel their resources. Most of the people who are supposed to be taking those jobs are working for all these, are working at these hotlines you're seeing. That's why you hardly get any reply from all the major social media platforms. Okay? How many deaths have we recorded that you will solely, remember, solely attribute to this China virus? Then how many other deaths are caused by the government policies they've implemented since the advent of this China virus? Of which they've planned, they've mapped out the scenario. Check everything they told you from the beginning. How many has happened? How many of them have happened? The numbers were wrong, everything, and there is no difference between the people who locked down their cities and the people who did it. Check Sweden, for instance. The UK lockdown yet is worse than Sweden. Even in the USA right now, many cities are beginning to relax their lockdown laws. Only the ultra-liberal cities and states, California, New York, New Jersey, and they happen to be the ones with the worst cases recorded. There are states who didn't lock down for once. They didn't lock down for 1 day. Yet, they are faring better than all these ones that locked down their cities and closed up the population. Under the cloud of this lockdown, everything people have been saying they are planning against the masses, they've introduced them, and people have pushed back in some cases, of which they've reversed. You remember when we saw the video of the drone, of a drone telling people in the back to disperse, social distancing drone, data tracing app, and some sheep downloaded those apps on their phones. They're already watching you, they're already keeping tabs on you, and because they've sold you fear, now you've downloaded the same thing you've been calling people conspiracy theories for years. For the things they told you those years that made you call them conspiracy theories. Do you notice how out of fear you've embraced it? Out of fear you've embraced it. Contact tracing app, really? I made a post about this so-called nonsense, the sheep starter kit. Those of you that used all these nonsense frames, stay home, I stay home to stay safe, you are contributing to this. If you still have that stupid frame, please remove it. You are not helping your community by putting that nonsense there on your profile picture. You are helping create this fear. So as you are insulting the government for creating fear, remember that you are part of it. Yes. Remember that you are part and parcel of it. This misery that people are going through is an engineered misery. The rich is slow. Please, guys, share this if you haven't shared it. Share it if you haven't shared it. We need to educate a lot of people. If you did that thing, you are more than you are one of the people that helped make the society what it is right now. In case you don't know, ignorance is not an excuse. At this point, ignorance is very dangerous, because you are either on the side of the people or you are on the side of the rulers. There is no middle ground here. You have to choose one. Are you in support of locking down businesses? Are you in support of making communities poorer? In fact, poverty has done more damage to the people than this CV-19. Do you know the death rate by percentage? 0.05% of you dying from CV-19. Are you hearing me? 0.05%. Their seasonal flu has a higher death rate than this CV-19. Yet nobody locked down the cities, schools, malls, shops, stadiums. No one locked them down over this thing. And believe me, you may have contracted the disease and gotten hit from it without knowing. That is how low your chances of dying from it is. Mind you, this number, we've not done a proper investigation on how many people that actually died exclusively as a result of CV, this China virus. Even after all the pardon, they've been cooking the books, yet the number is not scaring anyone who is looking at the data. In Nigeria, even people in isolation centers are protesting energetically. Wait, let me play some of the videos. Hold on, I'm coming. We refuse to be what they wanted us to be. We are what we are. That's the way it's going to be. They can't educate. Watch it, my people. Hold on. See, patience. Isolation center. Patients in an isolation center. Yes. And they are locking down. Most people will tell you, what about those people in isolation centers? Guess what? Look at the pictures. See the videos. Wait, I want to show you another one. These ones that came from Dubai. You will watch them. Watch.
They're making this noise. The NDCDC have not come to us. They have not.
Listen.
Making this noise. The NDCDC have not come to us. They have not come and see us. They don't know how we are feeling. Whether we are eating, whether we are not eating, whether we are okay here, whether we are not okay. Mosquito, how are we fighting with mosquito where they kept us? None of them are coming. The next thing we saw on the news is that somebody that came to us died of coronavirus. The truth of the matter is they don't keep the record straight. You can see people gathered here. There's no truth on what they are saying. Why do you want to hear us so that by tomorrow when I'm start to communicate whatever they are doing, you will know the truth? Yes. We are the eyewitness. We are the people that it matters a lot. We came in with this step to what they are talking about.
Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Pure wash. Pure wash. Pure wash. Wash. Ndike. Just for the fact that they must do the bidding of their masters. The United Nations ordered this, And who made them to order? Who pushed them to make that order? The UN. Like again, the biggest terrorist organization in the world, or one of the biggest terrorist organizations in the world, the United Nations. Now they are using it to stop, because if Nigeria opens, of course, Ghana will open. If Ghana opens, other people will open. Now Europeans will be like, Africa has a very poor healthcare record, yet they are open and nothing is happening there. Don't you know what will happen? The entire Europe will be forced to open. And when the entire Europe is forced to open, their cousins in America will be calling for this lockdown to end. Guess what? The economy will bounce back. And who are they targeting with that economy? Donald Trump. This is about the US election. Most people don't know what happened in 2016 when Donald Trump won. I am not endorsing every Trump's policy. No. In fact, his policy is harming me right now. As the Naira is climbing up the Euro 3, the Turkish Lira is doing the same thing too, and is disturbing my business. That's why I'm heavily concerned about this. Why are corporations continuing to make billions while individual businesses are locked? Small business, this is what the economy runs on. Now they are going to create a monopoly. By the time this is over, you will lose your homes. In places they did not put a pause on the mortgage. And some people, when they put a pause on your mortgage, doesn't mean you will not pay it when it comes back. Even rent, please pay your rent if you have the money. Pay your rent if you have the money. Don't say because the government did this. I'm talking to our brothers and sisters in Europe and America. Pay your rent. Your landlord no go hear this story as they hurt you now, so they hurt them. As soon as this thing is over, in some countries they will not. The landlords have longer legs than you. I'm telling you, they have lobbyists. All these protections they gave you, they will remove it, and you and your landlord will start having issues. Why? Because if they make you miserable, they will. If they give your landlord the free hand to push you out, it means they themselves will have a free hand to push other people who took loans. But you think the bank wants you to pay back the loan you took from them? No, they don't want you to pay back the mortgage. They want to take back the whole thing. They want to own it, then rent to that your landlord. When your landlord is renting, you, how far? All those homes will be open. Now, only the bankers and all these, their corporations, the real estate cartel will now own those things and decide how much you pay in rent. Again, everything is geared towards giving them more power over you. All these billions they are making, what do you think they'll use it to buy? What do you think they'll use it for? You think they are keeping money in the banks like you? They are not that dumb. They are going to buy back everything, every business that is going out. Now you come and take a loan from the bank. You know, where they get the money to pay. Some people have the money. Some people are taking these government vouchers they are giving them. Some do have the money. They will tell you, hey, I'm sending it home. I want to build this. You want to build that. Don't worry. Wait, do we have any? Are you saying? Now, let me play a video from Tucker Carlson. Let me play a video from Tucker Carlson. I want us to watch a part of his last night's episode. Wait, guys. I'll share the screen and disappear for the sake of YouTube strike. Yeah. Okay. You won't see me, but we'll be hearing my voice. What?
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. Yesterday, we learned damning new details about the domestic spying operation. Excuse me. It catches in your throat even saying it. The domestic spying operation the Obama administration ran from the White House against its political enemies, General Mike Flynn chief among them. Today, fallout from that scandal. I'll have an update for you in just a minute on that. But first tonight, it has been close to 3 weeks since the state of Georgia began to gradually loosen its coronavirus lockdown. Starting in late April, the state allowed hair salons, bowling alleys, barbershops, and gyms to reopen. 3 days later, restaurants and theaters followed. Hospitals were once again allowed to perform all needed.
Watch this. So, as you are listening to Georgia, ashamed for trying to move on from lockdown. For whatever reason, Georgia voted in a lefty into government, into their governor's mansion. Now, the guy, I think he is the first liberal governor or democratic governor that lifted the lockdown on his city. You will see the vitriol that followed it. The aftermath of it, the news that trailed that statement, that order ending this stupid, idiotic lockdown. You will hear all the projections by the so-called experts, the media, the what do you call them? Emergency epidemiologists, all these armchair scientists, that this will happen, expect death, expect this, expect that. Please just pay attention. Pay attention and get what's going on. Watch.
Surgeries. They could stop pretending that the coronavirus was the only medical problem that patients face. It's not. There's nothing especially radical about what Georgia did, but you wouldn't know that if you were watching television that week. The decision was described there as the most reckless public health decision since 9 out of 10 family doctors endorsed Camel cigarettes. Untold millions would die because Georgia was reopening. The state of Georgia would be flattened by a tidal wave of corpses. Yes. It was that dangerous. Even Stacey Abrams took a break from campaigning for vice president to offer an assessment.
We honestly...
And they will always put dumb black people on TV every time. This Stacey Abrams and Whoopi. Do those people sound like geniuses? Watch it. April 22nd. 22nd of April. Just keep your eye on the date. Keep your eye on this date. And remember the date, what date it is today. Remember what today's date is as we move on. Stupid woman.
We don't understand. The mayors of our largest cities have all expressed deep concern, as have our scientists. This makes no sense, and it doesn't improve our economy. It simply puts more Georgians at risk.
Yeah, she seems to know what she's talking about. You should know, though, that Stacey Abrams is delusional. At one point, she announced that she was the governor of Georgia, which from a mental health standpoint is one step from claiming a Napoleon. Now, Abrams imagines she is a public health expert. Best to humor her on that. Just nod and look interested. Chris Hayes is not a scientist either. He's MSNBC's most ardent male feminist. But he still has strong views on epidemiology. Hayes was so upset by the idea that people in Georgia might go outside without permission that he suddenly found himself arguing that everyone must obey the Trump administration.
If that sounds insane to you.
21st of April, MSNBC, MSN bullshit. MSN bullshit, April 21. Chris Hayes, this idiot. Where are those my lefty friends that are calling him, hey, look at the idiot you people were comparing Tucker Carlson with. And some are still doing it. Look at this paid agent of the CIA, this Operation Mockingbird creature. Those of you that started following him during his The Nation magazine days, now go check who owns The Nation. Know why they moved from The Nation, Politico, and all this nonsense. Vice, Vox, Politico. What do you call the other one? The cats. This thing. Oh, that printed the so-called Steele dossier. Oh, I've forgotten the name. All those ones, now you know why they are picking people from there. Same system, same propagandists. They will come and preach to you in a low tone, dress well, this and that, and you will pay attention thinking you are listening to human beings. These guys are not different from the people you watch on NTA, AIT, and co. They are the same. You see the way you are seeing NTA and co is the same way Americans are seeing these buffoons. Okay?
Oh, you're not alone. For the record, Georgia does not meet the White House guidelines. It does not have a 14-day trajectory of declining cases. It has tested less than 90,000 people out of a population of more than 10 million. Mayors in Georgia are describing
Georgia mayors alarmed by governor's reckless plan to reopen economy. Now they won't tell you that these are mayors from blue districts. It is political. The US ruling class, in conjunction with China, is doing all this nonsense through the Without Health Organization, WHO, or World Health Disorganization. What they will not tell you is the political leanings of all these people. These mayors, most of them came, some of all these mayors that are pushing these things are from the blue states, blue districts. Meanwhile, the governor is a Democrat, but he knows exactly what's going on, and he was going to lose. They are going to lose massively. Bet it. You can take it to the bank. By the next 2 months, all this scam will be over, and people will expect a massive protest. Like I told you, people, the economy, the post-China virus economy would benefit everyone. But you see, this lockdown, it is going to wipe out all that gain before that gain comes into play. How? Because they will have a very gigantic manufacturing revolution in America. There will be many factories built. Individuals will build all those things. All those factories, they will be returning from China, or they need workers. They will work and people will make money. But all those folks, sorry, what use is that money when it comes at a point you are near death? At the end of the day, you will use it to fill the hole that will be created by this lockdown, instead of using it to climb up the ladder. Guess who is going to keep on climbing the ladder? The Walmarts, the Amazons, and the Targets. They are not. Does it mean that coronavirus is not getting into all these their factories and all these their shops? If Target workers, Amazon workers can wear masks and practice social distancing, why can't small businesses do it? My dear, I don't know anything about the arrest of Bill Gates. I don't know where people are getting all this news from. Let's continue.
The governor's decision as reckless, dangerous, and illogical.
Oh, the voice of overpriced Brooklyn.
Yes.
We must do what the White House tells us, he screams on MSNBC. That's how dangerous it was. Mark this day, wrote one longtime Washington reporter, because 2 and 3 weeks from now, the Georgia death toll is blood on Governor Brian Kemp's hands. Well, as it happens, we did, in fact, mark that day. It was April 25th, 2020, when the reopenings began. That day, Georgia had 650 new cases of coronavirus. Yesterday, which was 18 days later, Georgia had a total of 555 cases.
Now, when they were still on lockdown, they had 615 new cases. That day, he opened it. Over 2 weeks later, they now have 550 new cases. Under lockdown, 600, and without lockdown, 500. And now ask yourself, why was the lockdown implemented in the first place? Why did they implement that lockdown in the first place? Since the condition has been better, do you know why they didn't come back to tell you about the deaths in Georgia or the new numbers in Georgia? Because it is better than what it was under the lockdown. Are you following it? The governor is not a Republican, he is a Democrat, but Georgia is a solid red state. I don't know how that guy won. The Republicans put a very terrible human being there, and he lost. Are you seeing it? Why don't let them go back and revisit their Georgia case? 2 weeks have passed. Now, why don't they do it? Because it doesn't support their narrative. Stop buying what these guys are selling. Stop buying the nonsense they are feeding you. Everything they've been telling you is bullshit from day one. They've been consistently wrong. They are the professional wrong candidates. The perpetually wrong people on everything. Whatever they tell you, please do the exact opposite and bet your bottom money on it. You will never lose. Let's continue.
Of coronavirus. Infections and death in Georgia have been declining since early April. That's why they began to reopen it. There are still sick people in the state. There will be for a while. Some of them will die. But as of tonight, Georgia's numbers, the actual numbers, are no worse than the national average. And that tells us a lot. We should be thrilled by this news because it suggests that America can begin to return to normal, restore rights stolen from the population, maybe even treat citizens like adults once again, and not court medical disaster. You would think our leaders would be racing to the podium to share this great news. But of course, they're not. Just the opposite, in fact. They're doubling down on authoritarianism. They enjoy being in total control of your life. They do not plan to relinquish the power they received from this pandemic anytime soon, if ever. The city of Los Angeles, for example, just extended its lockdown through the end of July. Citizens there will have to wear masks at
Los Angeles till July, till the end of July. All my people in America, bravo, slow clap. I still remember all the insults of 2015 and 16, even 17 and the midterm election of 18. I still remember all the insults. How are you enjoying your liberalism right now? You think liberalism means liberty? No, liberalism is another name for communism. Progressivism, that's what it means. Every lefty program will always end up in communism when unchecked. Every right-wing program will always end up in fascism when unchecked. And it's exactly the combination of both is exactly what we are passing through now. They gave you 1,200, and since they gave you that thing, do you notice that the prices of food and everything is going up? Why? You cannot use paper money to fix an economy. No, people need to work. You need jobs. Paper money is nonsense. It's rubbish. What creates wealth is people working, not government printing paper. Okay, go and buy it. If there are no people to manufacture the things you need, what would you have? Limited goods and services. Now the available ones will do what? Will be more expensive than they were. Congratulations for voting Obama party. Obama, you know they hate black people. Who told you Republican establishment want immigrants? Forget the nonsense the liberals are telling you. They own those corporations. They take money from those corporations. You know why Trump is cutting immigration? and punishing you people because the left are using the controllers of the left in America are using you to destroy their country. If I were him, I will do the same. Stop all this blind followership. 3 more months in some places, New York, the whole of California. LA said it's till the end of July. The poor people there, how are they going to do? The same place that typhus is existing right now, something that does not exist in Okpoko Ajegunle. Typhus is there now. All the homeless people, they put them in hotels, force the hotels to take them in, and they're giving them everything from hard something to booze to weed. Yes. Homeless people, people who have mental illness. That's their solution. While at the same time locking down the whole place. Are you hearing it? No, Kemp is not a Republican, but believe me, he will switch party like Jeff Van Drew, or he will lose because his party daggers are out for him already. Let's continue.
All times, even when they're outside where the risk of transmission is minimal. Mayor Eric Garcetti did not explain the science behind these commands. There isn't any science. Instead, Garcetti told his city that until there is a, quote, cure for the virus, life will never go back to normal. Never. The mayor did not mention that it's possible, in fact, it's likely that there never will be a cure for the coronavirus.
Are you hearing it? Until there is a cure, not treatment, oh. Until there is a cure for coronavirus, life will not go back to normal. Have we found cure for malaria? How many diseases are people moving around with that we've not found cure for? Did they lock down the whole city, state, and country over it until they found a cure? Mind you, this is at the same time they are declaring war on hydroxychloroquine. We are going to come to that later. There are different cures for this nonsense already. People know it. They wouldn't want, if you people accept the vaccine today, they will end this lockdown partially. And try another way they will use to keep on destroying the economy because they don't want a strong US economy going into November 2020. This is the end of their era. The warmongers, the globalists, the people who destroyed Libya, the people who destroyed Yugoslavia, the people who've been destroying Africa for the past 350 years at least. They are the ones who are pushing for this nonsense. Till cure. Well, look at hydroxychloroquine. After this video, we are going to come to that issue of hydroxychloroquine. Yes, we are going to come to that. I will show you people the war on hydroxychloroquine. Why? Because you can't patent it. The patent on it has expired. Now they are trying to reclassify it. A drug that costs less than 5 cents. Huh? Huh? 5 cents. That's 50 for $1. That's what people have been using to cure this nonsense. It's a generic drug. Now, use it. Put it to test. All the doctors that said this can do this, why don't you revoke their licenses if they're lying? They can't, because the more you go to war with those doctors is the more people get to know that actually hydroxychloroquine can heal this. Well, let me change. I'm coming. Yes. Why don't they end the war on hydroxychloroquine? Since you will not open it until you find cure. You can't find a cure for over 99.9% of all the viruses. You only treat them. Now we have the treatment. Why don't you make the treatment more available? Guess what they are doing? They are now making it even more difficult for you to get your hands on hydroxychloroquine. Yes. The so-called party of the poor, the benevolent elite. Let's continue.
Whatever. And suppose she didn't ask questions about it. She just quickly endorsed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people in Los Angeles County who are saying, whoa, 3 more months. I can't survive this as a small business. I can't survive this as someone who's...
Watch. Fearing a second wave, California State will keep classes online in the fall. The person they are asking this question is Nancy Pelosi, whose father was a mob boss, a drug trafficker from Maryland before they moved into California. Please go check our videos we did on her and all those people. Everywhere it's not only in Nigeria they use mafia or the offspring of all these criminals to rule over the people. It's happening everywhere, including the US of A. In every country. Go check it. Listen to her answer.
who's out of work.
Well, of course, I agree with the decisions of the people on the ground in their particular venue and location. So, yes, it's inconvenient, but it's even more inconvenient if you're going to be infected or worse.
It's inconvenient, but it's going to be more inconvenient if you're infected or worse. How many people got infected in Georgia again? This woman is drawing her salary from the government, plus the insider trading. That one is coming. Wait, you will hear news about what these guys did before the lockdown everywhere. They dumped their stocks on all of these people that would be most hit, like the hotels and all this, the rest, airline. Before locking down everything, and the stock prices crashed. Now, when they will open it up, they will start buying those stock prices at cheap rate, and when business goes back to normal, you see them become rich again. Richer than they were. This woman, under this lockdown, when people were locked down, they were interviewing her. She was showing people her big freezer with ice creams. Different types of ice cream. Chocolate, vanilla, this and that. A fridge that cost millions of naira. The cheapest you will get on that fridge is like $20,000. That's if you bought it in Asia. If you bought it in USA, you are going to spend a fortune. And she's the speaker. She is the speaker. 2 heartbeats away from the presidency. Are you getting it? No, they only seized one person's phone. Richard Ball of North Carolina. And Mitch McConnell never wanted to do that because they are all in it. Don't worry, we will do that one. We will do an expose on Obama and the rest. Tonight, I'm not sure we'll do our 3:30 p.m. Nigerian time program today. Because this one will end very late and I'll have to go out to get supplies. They are locking down my city until Wednesday morning. 11:59 p.m. tonight, they will lock down the whole city. So I need to buy things, buy food, and get all the things I need. See if I can even shave. We will do an expose on that later in the evening. Just stay tuned. We will announce it. But it will not be very late at night. This is, don't worry, I will play you that ad. If Donald Trump used it as advert, as a campaign ad. I will show you people.
Yeah, it's inconvenient. Yeah, it's inconvenient. But it's not as inconvenient as getting infected with a deadly disease, says Pelosi. It's a good talking point, by the way. Hat tip to the 26-year-old staffer who wrote it. But as a factual matter, it is wrong. For the overwhelming majority of Americans, the lockdowns are far worse than getting sick with the Wuhan coronavirus. If you're under 60, the odds...
Hold on, guys. Let me block someone first. This guy, wait, let me block him. First, block user. I'm not here for stupid people. Okay. I'm sorry, I'll have to go back so you catch it again because we were disrupted by an idiot.
Hat tip to the 26-year-old staffer who wrote it. But as a factual matter, it is wrong. For the overwhelming majority of Americans, the lockdowns are far worse than getting sick with the Wuhan coronavirus. If you're under 60, the odds of dying from this virus are fewer than 1 in 1,000, probably less than 1 in 10,000. The odds, meanwhile, that government lockdowns are making you poor and destroying your life, those chances are far higher than that. Ask yourself, how many healthy middle-aged people do you know who've died from this virus? Maybe you know someone. How many people do you know who are now unemployed and terrified of the future? Probably a lot.
Did you catch that question? In the West, how many middle-aged people do you know died from this? Then how many people do you know who are jobless, who don't know what the future holds for them? Just like in Nigeria, how many people do you know in Nigeria that know someone who knows someone who knows another person that knows someone that says someone their neighbor knows has coronavirus, let alone dying? Now, how many people are poorer than they were 3 weeks ago or 1 month ago? How many people have been rendered jobless since that time? Again, a solution that is worse than the problem. Why should I take it? Why should people please rise up and tell these people to go to hell? Stop imbibing all the nonsense they are feeding you. If we don't act, we are already slaves here. But it will be worse for us if we don't rise up. Stop listening to all the talking heads you see in the media. They are working for these people. Their needs are not your needs. Their wants are not your wants. They don't care about you. They are not living your reality. No, 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 no. They can afford to lock down the whole place for 4 months. Why? They are drawing their salaries. They are drawing their salaries. So as long as they are drawing their salaries, do you think they will care about you or how you feel about this? Huh? Are you getting it? Let's go.
Governor Jay Inslee, not a math guy. He's not calculating probabilities like this. Inslee apparently believes that everyone in Washington state faces the real likelihood of dying from the virus. And that's why he's ordered officials in the state to track who goes to restaurants and who they eat with. Because that's not a Chinese.
Are you getting it? They will track who goes to the restaurant and who they eat with. Now, going into a restaurant, they don't want to tell you we want to shut down the restaurant. They will tell you, okay, come. But when you come in, you give us your name, your ID card, your phone number, your address, everywhere. How is that not the same thing people have been warning about? If you watched it in the movie, you will call it a movie, this thing, phenomenon. But now they're bringing it to you. Okay, you want to open the restaurant, open your restaurant, but these are the measures we are going to put in. Why? They don't want people to come in. Am I going to go eat in a restaurant because go give you my details, everything, for you to track me? How can I reject all these their tracking apps, then go to a restaurant and give up all these things? What's the need? You rather come and chip me immediately, so let me know you've chipped me. If it happens in the restaurant, wouldn't it happen in a barber shop? How about you do that before you get on the train? For those of you that still attend churches, how about they do it before you get to your church? Would the mosque be exempted? Are you noticing? Are you getting it? Are you understanding it, or am I still sounding like a conspiracy theorist to you? Do you get it? Let's continue.
Police state tactic or anything.
This contact tracing, obviously, if you have somebody who's become sick and they were sitting right next to a person at a restaurant, to be able to identify that person could be very valuable for their health to try to save their life. And so we put that in place.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the authorities are taking notes on who you're having dinner with, but it's for the public health, so submit. It's not like politicians would ever misuse that information or anything, so sleep well. And don't forget to send in a blood sample so the government can sequence your DNA for public health reasons.
Yes.
Nobody in America is enjoying all of this more than Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. It's always the most mediocre people who love fascism the most. It gives them power they never dreamed they would have, and indeed don't deserve. Whitmer wants this moment to last forever. She's enraged that anyone would dare to complain about it. She went on ABC yesterday and dismissed any citizen who disagrees with her, needless to say, as a racist. And then she promised that disobedient citizens in Michigan, serfs, will be punished with even more severe lockdowns.
These have been really political rallies where people come with Confederate flags and Nazi symbolism and calling for violence.
Do you know what she means by Nazi symbolism? People were calling her Herr Whitmer. It sounds like Herr Hitler. When you are behaving like Adolf Hitler, people must call you Adolf Hitler because we all read history. We study history. Not just reading it. We don't just read it, we study it too. Now, saying that someone who is imposing a fascist iron hand on people is behaving like Hitler now makes you a Nazi. Are you getting it? I don't know if you're understanding it. Again, projection. Projection. Get your weakest point and throw it at your enemy. Accuse your enemy of the exact thing you're doing. How is telling you to open up my... Not even, you have no right to tell me to lock down. Now, if I'm exposing you, I am a Nazi. Watch this name. Please go and check the origin of this name in Europe. Gretchen. Someone that bears the name Gretchen. No black hair. I think this is a brunette or brunette. I don't know how they call it. A blue-eyed woman is calling people who want to open up their businesses Nazis. Now you know why you shouldn't be watching all this nonsense. I want to go back again so you listen to it very well. Now, when you attack her on her policies, now you're attacking a woman. Of course, they must put in misogyny, like some of all you dumb woke fools who attack me. Where is misogynistic attack? Oh, then step out of government. Get out of the public eyes. If you don't want people to criticize you because you're a woman, then don't get in there. Don't get into office. Am I supposed to vote in a woman knowing very well that if I disagree with you tomorrow, I will be called one name that you people made up from nowhere? How is she helping women in power? Tell me. Is it now a gender thing? Now, would you believe that all these gender wars are engineered? This is weaponization of feminism. Bullshit.
As a racist. And then she promised that disobedient citizens in Michigan, serfs, will be punished with even more severe lockdowns.
These have been really political rallies where people come with Confederate flags and Nazi symbolism and calling for violence. This is racist and misogynistic. And I ask that everyone who has a platform uses it to call on people to observe the best practices promulgated by the CDC and to stop encouraging this behavior, because it only makes it that much more precarious for us to try to re-engage our economy, which is what everyone says they want us to be able to do.
Yeah. Not only is it racist, it's dangerous to the public health and racist. Whitmer was later asked if she had evidence, proof that protesters were actually spreading the virus, and you'll be surprised to learn she didn't. And by the way, that question is misogynistic, so shut up, bigot. Some people in Michigan are finally growing tired of this performance. Carl Mankey owns a barber shop. He would like to continue cutting hair. Authorities won't let him do that. They prefer to send him welfare checks instead. That is not the country he wants to live in, though.
I'm 77. I've always worked. I've never looked for handouts. I don't even know what they are.
Are you hearing him? I've never looked for handouts and I don't even know what they are. Why would you give me a handout when I want to work? Now you understand why most white people call Black Americans lazy. This is not an attack on Black Americans, but I will call you out when you are wrong. How many of them are you seeing in these protests? Some of them are even stupid, without shame, calling the protesters who want their cities opened up racist. And the media will take most of the protesters, if not all, are white. Now they will tell you that it's white supremacist. What is white supremacy in trying to earn a living instead of depending on the government? Now you know why most Black people depend on government in America than Black people depend on government than whites. Soon some people will pull up their nonsense figures. Go and check people who are taking welfare. You have 8 million white people and 6 million blacks. Listen, if you have 8 million whites and 4 million blacks, that means you people are still more than them. Why? What population of the US is black? Less than 13%. Now you see why the white people will never have respect for most of our Black American brothers and sisters. It's time to rise up against the government, and you are doing nothing. You prefer living on the plantation and getting handouts from the master. Where are the blacks on this? Each and everyone they're handing before the judges and before their kangaroo courts are white. Where are the blacks? Now you see why they will hold that against the people they are gaslighting, or on the people they are gaslighting, and tell you these are racist. I don't need your handout. I want to work. What is wrong in it? And that is the mindset we should cultivate into our children if we must survive. Because he who gives you everything can equally take everything away from you. This is how how communism starts. This is how fascism starts. And you look up to the government to hold your hands when you could do it yourself. Let's continue.
I had somebody call me and say, well, why didn't you get on food stamps? I want to work. When our governor said, well, we're going to have another 28 days, it knocked me to my knees. I couldn't take another 28 days. All of us as Americans need to begin to take responsibility for ourselves. I feel that the government is not my mother, never has been.
Yes.
And
did you hear that? I feel that the government is not my mother and never has been. That's the voice of someone who wants to be free. That's freedom speaking. That's freedom speaking.
In fact, this administration, for the most part, I've been in business longer than they've been alive.
Gretchen Whitmer was not amused by that. Government is not my mom? Misogyny. And by the way, cutting hair is racist. So Whitmer's administration tried to shut Menke down with a court order because there's nothing else going on in Michigan right now. A judge resisted that. It was too far. So Whitmer's lackeys simply revoked Menke's barber's license. Now he's shut down for good and will be even when the lockdowns finally end. That'll show him. Stop whining and take your welfare check, bigot. This is insanity, obviously, and at some point we're going to look back in shame as we consider it. Politicians will always seize the maximum amount of power they can. That's why they went into politics in the first place, to fill that empty space inside. The question is for the rest of us. Why are the rest of us allowing this to happen? We're joined now by Fox senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, thanks so much for coming.
Wait, now let's go. They told you that they will lift this when they found a cure for this, of which the cure is near impossible. We haven't found cure for malaria and common flu. What makes you think we'll find cure for this one? That is an excuse to drag it long until after the US election. Then they will go back to normal and tell you, you see, why this guy lost, he wrecked the economy, and all the post-COVID-19 economy. Go and write it down. I say, I told you so. Every economy will boom. This is an artificial pause on businesses. And as soon as businesses open, watch everything explode. Now, if they want to bring help the people to manage this sickness, this disease, this China virus, if they actually have that in mind, why are they fighting against hydroxychloroquine? You think I'm lying? Come, let's go here. This is Ingraham Angle. See, my people, Fox News is as bad as CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC, and the rest of them. But there is a reason I watch Tucker Carlson. He is different, and Laura Ingraham most of the times. Yes. Please, I'm not advising anyone to watch Fox News. You will still be as confused as the people watching CNN. Are you getting me? But they are the only people, Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson. I don't watch Sean Hannity. No. I watch Laura Ingraham some of the times, but Tucker Carlson, I don't miss a single episode. That doesn't mean I agree with everything he's saying, but he is the closest you can get to truth on the US mainstream media. I'm telling you that. Now watch their attack on hydroxychloroquine. Mind you, these are the same people that are telling you they want to find cure. Let's do this. We want to do. How about the an already made treatment that is waiting for everyone? How about you make it possible and easier for people to get it? Now watch the politics here. Watch what they are doing, and all these things are geared towards selling you their different vaccines by Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. Yes. Sponsored by Bill Gates. Don't forget.
Working, an operation within an operation in HHS.
And
frankly, he didn't know what other people were doing, and he was meddling in things he wasn't supposed to be doing. From my perspective, we just stood up Operation Warp Speed, which the secretary just spoke of in that clip he just showed, and that was supposed to be a place where Dr. Bright was going to work. It's going to bring a vaccine to the American people at the behest of President Trump. By the end of the year, it's going to be Jonas Salk and Albert Einstein all wrapped up in one. And Dr. Bright can't find his way to his new office. And he makes, again, $285,000 a year. That's got to resonate with the American people.
No, this is not fair, but I love I love his dissing of that stupid doctor. Now watch from the beam. Laura Ingraham will now ask him a question. From then on, watch exactly what these people are doing to you and I.
Who have lost their jobs and they're sitting at home.
We want to till new territory here, but I get that point. This is what Bright claimed, though, about his changing views on hydroxychloroquine, Mike.
Hydroxychloroquine. Now watch his changing views on hydroxychloroquine. Now pay attention. Remember when we told people about hydroxychloroquine? Bala, if you would remember, you made a post and I told people that hydroxychloroquine is is the cure for this, is a solid treatment against this, that this is just fever and flu combined together. High fever, extreme flu combined together, that it has fever like malaria, like this thing, virus. I know the type of insult I got that day, long before even Donald Trump talked about hydroxychloroquine. And mind you, this was long after our inventor Cyprian Emeka Uzo gave us the treatment and cure for this nonsense. Do you remember? Now pay attention.
When did you sour on it?
When it was determined that this drug should be made available to Americans outside the context of a close physician supervision. That was March 23rd.
And that's the time that you...
As at March 23rd, he was telling them that this is good, this is that, that's it. Now he has been ousted from his position. He has done a complete 180. Now you will hear from doctors in the field. Hear directly from doctors, consultants, medical consultants. Let's watch the food.
Decided, no, this is not what we should do, and we should not be looking at hydroxychloroquine at all.
I didn't think that was a proper, safe way to evaluate that drug.
Well, isn't that quite a flip-flop? He's the one who signed the request to get the hydroxy. Now he says, oh, I didn't know it was coming from Pakistan. Isn't that his job to know?
Of course, and he did know it was coming from Pakistan. He's the one that ordered it from there. For my gosh sakes, I'll tell you, everybody I've talked to around here just remembers him being a documented supporter of hydroxychloroquine. And it was, when he filed his whistle...
The same person that supported the hydroxychloroquine treatment for COVID-19, just in March, is now doing a complete 180. Why? Because, don't worry, you will hear his story very soon. Paid by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he is tied to them. First, he said he doesn't know it was coming from Pakistan. Meanwhile, you are the person. You signed this thing and got them from Pakistan. Okay, the check you signed, the people the pharmaceutical companies you signed the check to, where you don't know where they were when you signed it. Are you getting the game at play here? This one is going back to the vaccines. Let's continue.
Complaint. He made it all about that drug because he knew it was a hit right at President Trump, and that's what this is. He sounds like St. Francis of Assisi, but he's really just a second coming of Christine Blasey Ford. It's an attack on President Trump. It's an attack on Secretary Azar, and it's an attempt to really politicize this for November. That's what this is. It was about.
It's for November. Thank you for saying it. They want to make it as terrible as possible until the US election because they have no policy. They have no winning policy to give to the people. Racism, sexism, misogyny, and whatever doesn't work anymore. Identity politics is dead. Now they want to use this nonsense. And they've been calling for the US economy to be in recession. Bill Maher said that. Yes, Bill Maher. He said at this point there is no way to stop Trump other than, and he said that he's calling for a recession. Guess what? People are in artificial recession right now. And they hope to drag it all through till November. Then you will come back being more miserable than you were before this virus. So whatever you are getting will go into paying the corporations again, and they will own everything. Plus, they want to give you their vaccines also. Goes without saying. Let's continue.
Hydroxychloroquine on day one. Now it's about how we tried to save the American people. All he has to do is come to work, and maybe he can help out.
Michael, finally, is the FDA considering rescinding its warning about hydroxychloroquine, given the new information out and the study out from NYU? Obviously, France has huge amount of data supporting its use, and it's been used by
You are using the countries that have been using it. Now, the FDA, on the order of the people that go and check the people who've been running the US FDA. There are people who've worked for all these mega pharmaceutical companies, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Bayer, and the rest of them, Purdue. Excuse me, this hydroxychloroquine has been in circulation for a long time. The patent on it expired about 50 years ago. It's now a generic drug. If it was that dangerous, why were they allowing it before? And why is this war on hydroxychloroquine intensifying at this same moment? They want to either sell you vaccine or lock you up forever. Go check. Everything they are doing is just to make this as terrible as possible and drag it up until the US election. Just pay attention.
People for decades and decades in their own lives, and obviously for lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. Any movement on that?
Well, I can tell you that I know the people at the FDA who are right here in the building with me are looking very closely at hydroxychloroquine and all the potential therapeutics to attack the coronavirus. I know they're looking at many different things. And if it turns out to have efficacy, I know that they'll examine this and move forward with it. I'm pretty sure that they're looking at this very, very closely.
All right, Michael, we appreciate it. NIH does have a clinical trial. They're asking for volunteers for hydroxy and azithromycin for mild to moderate cases of COVID. And I say it's about time. What took them so long? Michael, thanks so much. Great to see you tonight.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right, Bright's testimony today is only the left's latest attempt, as I said, to smear the president and discredit the potentially life-saving treatments that he supports, including hydroxychloroquine. Now, this is needless politicizing over a drug that people have been using, as I said, for decades, that has been used by people in their lives for other conditions and off-label use. It's been used.
The same chloroquine you and I took in Nigeria. How many people do you know died as a result of this drug? How many people do you know who died from taking this drug as a kid, even as an adult? The worst case scenario is you get some itching on your body. Then there are other types you can use if this one itches you too much. How come all of a sudden the drug became poison? Why? Again, they want to sell you their new vaccines, and this one is a generic drug. It wouldn't cost you billions. They wouldn't have to tax your own people, your government. The vaccines they've prepared for this is going to make them lose money. Watch it if the whole economy is open up. And they didn't sell the vaccine, the stock prices of all these big pharmaceutical industries, because a lot of people have bought their shares, waiting for them to introduce the new vaccine, including your Nigerians. Of course, they want to give it to you. Why? They will make money from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, from SEPI, of which Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is on the board. Aliko Dangote, no, these people know about these things. We've done an expose on that. Please go and check the videos we did on them, like 2 videos. We've done like 2 videos on it, exposing these people. Go and check our videos on Bill Gates. You may not be able to catch the exact videos because of the titles we put there. Why? They will take down the page if we make it obvious. Go and check the titles anywhere you see Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Bill Gates. Go and check it. You see exactly the game they are playing. You can't understand this video if you haven't watched those ones. Please, I want you to go watch those videos. It's on the page. Go check the videos. And our Bill Gates next series will be coming up tomorrow, I think. Remember, we are following the James Corbett of Corbett Report. Let's continue.
Used for off-label use, as many other drugs, for years and years and years, but suddenly Trump mentions it and it's radioactive. Well, out there, my next guest, Dr. Yvette Lozano, says the state pharmacy board is requiring her to reveal patients' medical diagnoses in order to obtain the drug. Dr. Lozano joins me now. And
now listen to this doctor and what they are telling her before they will give a patient hydroxychloroquine. This one, getting a prescription from a doctor is no longer enough. Now I want you people to listen to the woman directly as she speaks. Just hear from the woman's voice, from the woman's mouth.
Lozano, you're in Texas. Isn't that a violation of privacy that you're being questioned as a physician in that manner?
Absolutely. And this is what was very alarming to me when I wrote a prescription and had the pharmacist.
Read the Chiron. Texas Doc. State board wants me to disclose patient's private medical history to obtain hydroxychloroquine. You cannot access your child's medical history. But in the name of fighting China virus that poses no more threat than the common flu, you will have to give all these things to a bureaucrat. What are they doing with it? Are they not going to save the data? How is it not keeping tabs on everyone? And do you know the danger of someone else having your medical record? Do you know the danger? And please, if we are related and you are giving your DNA to all this nonsense, ancestry.com, whoami.com, please never mention me as someone related to you by anything, even by blood or water. If I found out, believe me, I am going to sue you. Take my name off your mouth if you've given them your DNA. How is this not tracking people's lives? Basically, your medical record to access hydroxychloroquine. Do you know what they're doing? To scare you. They know you will not, just like they're doing with the restaurants, to scare you. Watch what this doctor said about hydroxychloroquine. You will hear it yourself.
Called me and let me know that he could not fill that without me disclosing the diagnosis of the patient. And so we had a little scuffle on the phone, and I told him that I couldn't do that because of HIPAA laws. And he was insistent that the laws had been changed and the pharmacy board had passed.
Do you hear it? The laws have been changed and the pharmacy board did what? Let's go. Please pay attention again. I want you to hear it from her again. From the beginning. Here it, they changed the law. When did they change it? Under this lockdown, under this fake pandemic. Under this fake pandemic. Watch.
Joins me now. And Dr. Lozano, you're in Texas. Isn't that a violation of privacy that you're being questioned as a physician in that manner?
Absolutely. And this is what was very alarming to me when I wrote a prescription and had the pharmacist call me and let me know that he could not fill that without me disclosing the diagnosis of the patient. And so we had a little scuffle on the phone, and I told him that I couldn't do that because of HIPAA laws. And he was insistent that the laws had been changed and the pharmacy board had passed a mandate that that drug could not be dispensed unless it was accompanied by a diagnosis.
CVS Pharmacy released a statement to the Ingram Angle tonight. We'll put that up in a second. Here's what it says. We balance the off-label use of certain prescription medications to treat COVID-19 pneumonia and ongoing needs of patients who are prescribed these drugs. Our pharmacy is making dispensing decisions to help ensure there's adequate supply of medication to meet patient needs while complying with all applicable regulations. Well, a dear friend of mine just told me, Dr. Lozano, that she was called by the pharmacist and was interrogating her, and this was a CVS pharmacist, interrogating her.
Oh, my brother, you see, go and check the people that wrote that nonsense. Vanguard Nigeria, are you going to believe those idiots? I want you to hear from the doctor yourself. We are coming. Vanguard Nigeria, my dear, I'd rather watch paint dry than read anything from that, from those idiots. Someone sponsored those things, someone sponsored that article you are seeing. Someone made them do it. People who are going to benefit from the billions of naira, tens of millions of dollars they are going to make from the vaccines, they are going to sell you, or in the other way, they will keep on this fear. The higher the fear, the more people would accept this lockdown as normal. Because in the name of security, people would be willing to sell their freedom, exactly what you're seeing. Just don't worry, my brother, you are going to hear from this doctor and how it has worked in patients. Are you telling me the food that wrote that thing on Vanguard Nigeria knows more than the French doctors who've been using it? What of Spain? Are you hearing it, my brother? Just pay attention.
Over a prescription she wrote for hydroxychloroquine for one of her patients. And she said, what are you talking about? And they were insistent. And she ultimately finally got it, but not without the hassle. That, again, it's curious given your own experience with this drug.
So it's been an extremely difficult situation for me in the last couple of days. So yesterday I wrote 5 prescriptions for hydroxychloroquine, and I sent them to a pharmacy that I used and have used for the last 20 years.
Watch it. Dr. Yvette Lezano, treating COVID patients with hydroxychloroquine. Who are you going to believe? The idiots. Most people who are working in the media houses studied mass communication. Of course, we know that in school, the dumbest people go into mass communication. That's why we call them mass fornication. Dumb people go to work in the media, smart people work in IT. Banks, they work as lawyers. Financial institutions. Watch the doctor treating COVID patients. Mind you, if they put any false thing on Fox News and they refuse to recant it, the person who show this thing will lose his or her job. Are you getting me? The liberal media would have been all over it. Why are they not touching it? Because it will expose them even further. Are you getting it? Let's keep on listening.
And I actually got a phone call from the pharmacist letting me know that she was not going to refill another prescription for me for hydroxychloroquine. And so I told her that she couldn't do that, that these patients were sick, and that if I wrote the prescription, she needed to fill these. And she told me that she was not going to fill another prescription for me. And so I said, well, I need your name, and I'm going to call the pharmacy board. And she said, I have the right to deny to fill this prescription for you. And so I asked her, I said, are you out? Do you not have any? And she told me that she had 100 pills in the pharmacy. And I told her, I said, let's just order some more. You can overnight this medication.
Like 5 cents a pill. It's like 10 cents a pill. It's like, it costs nothing.
5 cents a pill. That is 50 for $1. 50 pills for $1 would take care of this thing. Now, if they allow you to use it, how are they going to do their vaccines? The people who want to make money from the vaccines are not going to make money. The people who are going to make money from the aftermath of the vaccine are not going to make it. And the person who wants to give you vaccines that will track you and your location will not make the money. Are you seeing why there is war on hydroxychloroquine? Wait, the denouement is still on the way.
Okay. So the prescription cost $13, and I had so many very, very sick patients in the office. And so now today was horrible because I treated 15 people that needed 15 prescriptions, could not go there, had to swarm all over Dallas to try to get these prescriptions. In fact,
and Dr. Lezano, really quickly.
Listen to this question now. Listen to the question. Listen to the question. Pay attention.
Do you find good results giving hydroxychloroquine to mild to moderate patients? Do you find good results?
I have severe patients in the office. I have patients that have been diagnosed with pneumonia and been turned away from clinics. I've got patients that have been turned away from hospitals. I've got patients coming in with temperatures of 102.9, white blood cell counts of 17,000, all positive COVID tests. Their physicians are refusing to give them medication for fear that they are going to be in trouble with the licensing board. And now the issue we have now,
the physicians are afraid of giving it because they will be in trouble. They get into trouble with the licensing board. Why? They will take their licenses away for prescribing a drug that is already working wonders and miracles. I personally know people in the USA, Nigerians, Igbo people, Yoruba people who contracted this virus. Guess what they used? The same thing our people told us since January. Even the same thing we've known. Those that have been following this page, following up from the old pages and accounts. The things we've known for months. Are you actually getting what is going on? Stop. By the time you understand how things work in this world, you will stop seeing your politicians as helpers and start seeing them for the devils they are. We are talking about seeing the devils. If you've seen a politician, you've seen a devil. If you've seen a big pharmaceutical executive, you've seen a devil. Bill Gates, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Aliko Dangote, all those people are the devils you should be mindful of.
Is now I've got pharmacists that are refusing to fill this medication. And so this is critical now. I have a huge problem on my hand. I have patients that are coming in from Austin, Houston, San Antonio. These are not my patients.
Ridiculous. Yeah, this is but just
she didn't answer the question the first time. Now listen to her answer now. Is hydroxychloroquine working on China virus patients? Just watch her. This is the biggest smackdown so far. Just listen to her.
Back to the question really quickly. It's working in patients that you've treated, that you've been able to prescribe it to, correct?
Every patient that I've treated, serious, moderate, has had resolution of symptoms within 24 hours. They are improved within 5 hours.
Did you get it? Whether moderate, mild, serious, this and that, all of them improved within 24 hours. In fact, the results start kicking in within the first 5 hours. Within the first 5 hours, it is already working wonders. For those of you that have a hard hearing like me, I want to reverse it. I want to rewind it again, and you hear it from her. Let me rewind it for you to understand it. Listen.
Patients coming in with temperatures of 102.
Do you find good results giving hydroxychloroquine to mild to moderate patients? Do you find good results?
I have severe patients in the office. I have patients that have been diagnosed with pneumonia and been turned away from clinics. I've got patients that have been turned away from hospitals. I've got patients coming in with temperatures of 102.9, white blood cell counts of 17,000, all positive COVID tests. Their physicians are refusing to give them medication for fear that they are going to be in trouble with the licensing board. And now the issue we have now is now I've got pharmacists that are refusing to fill this medication. And so this is critical now. I have a huge problem on my hand. I have patients that are coming in from Austin, Houston, San Antonio. These are not my patients.
Ridiculous. Yeah, this is. But just back to.
Again, define the direct question with a direct answer. Hear her again.
The question really quickly. It's working in patients that you've treated, that you've been able to prescribe it to, correct?
Every patient that I've treated, serious, moderate, has had resolution of symptoms within 24 hours. They are improved within 5 hours. The fevers are gone within 2 days. The lung restriction, which is the most important, resolves within about 4 to 5 hours. You see dramatic improvement. It's incredible. I'm surprised myself.
Dr. Lozano, I hope the FDA is watching this. People's lives are on the line because of these restrictions, or these warnings, I should say, because it's trickling down to the pharmacies and the pharmacy board. You educated a lot of people with this segment tonight. Thank you for explaining it to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, and coming up, a Washington police officer.
Did you get that? Did you catch that? My people, please, this is my YouTube channel. Those on Facebook, this is my YouTube channel. As you can see, we're already live on YouTube. It's here. Look at it. Ijele Speaks. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, Facebook can take us down at any time. It's their platform. Whatever they like, they do with it. We can't fight them. And it's a shame that none of African billionaires would create their own platform. With just $20 million, you will create a huge platform. As long as it's free, believe me, even white, black, pink, red, blue people all around the world will come there. $10 million is enough for you to host it and have enough bandwidth to control things like Facebook. When you open it, you can use the very first 4 or 5 months, pay creators, and they will come there. That's how YouTube took over everything, just like Facebook. People don't make money off YouTube and Facebook again. Why? Because they've gotten what they want. They have a large platform. Now they are controlling the ad market. But until we have an African, a Pan-Africanist, we don't have to wait for white people to do it for us. If you have all these billionaires, call them, tell them they can actually do this. By the time you invest $20-25 million in this, if they don't know how to go about it, please contact me and I will offer my services for free. Do it, and within 8 months, that $25 or $20 million will turn to $1 billion. I am telling you. Without censorship, believe me, that platform will skyrocket. Most people in the West cannot do it. Why? Most people you call billionaires are not actually billionaires. They work for the same people. They are all company men. Okay? They are all company men. It's that easy to open it. Believe me, it's that easy. Most people, Aliko Dangote cannot do it. You know why? If he does it, they will make him a poor man. But any big man who doesn't have a garbage will do that thing. If you don't have a baggage, sorry. Without a baggage, they are not the ones that gave you your money. You are not benefiting anything from them. You can open it. Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if they take us out of Facebook, they delete the channel, the page, like they've been doing. We have people, many forces who are fighting, including the criminals we are exposing online, even your pastors. Ogechi Njaka and co. For those of you that don't know the story about Ogechi Njaka, go to the Facebook page, Palace of Justice, and another page, Forgiveness and About Choice, and hear about it, hear exactly the battle we've been facing. Okay? Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ijele Speaks. Now, let me come back and read the comment. Are you getting it? Talk to Alan Onyema. If I can have his contact, I will give him the proposal. If I have his contact, I will give him the proposal and explain it to him how it will work. And we can take over these things. Imagine the whole Africa. Do you know the population of Africa? We are here, Bromazi, Azansi. I know you are there. Thanks, guys on YouTube. I see you all. I see all of you. Thanks for keeping faith there. And guys, if you're watching us on YouTube, I don't know how you got to meet us there. Please subscribe to the channel. If you are just joining us for the first time, and guys, like and follow the Facebook page. I don't know why the reach is so low today. Maybe because of the topic we are talking about. I don't know. What question? I saw some questions. Please, you can ask your questions right now. And those of you who want to come in and make your contribution, you can copy the link. See this link, copy the link on your browser. You can come on. If you want to ask your question live on camera, the link is there. My brother, it's not easy. What is not easy? Please, I need those questions again. I'm really enjoying your teaching. Thank you, my brother. Good man, Chinyere. Thanks for joining us. Is this the first time? Please like and follow the page. Please, this is the link. You can follow it and come on here. And our smart geniuses, our smart dumb geniuses who were knocking me on hydroxychloroquine, I am not seeing your brake lights anymore. This is the link. You can follow it. I am no longer seeing your brake lights. Please, you make on a come. Any question? Good day. One now. Call you Can I man? Ijele, how do YouTube make their money? By adverts, by selling ads. Do you know how many companies that advertise on YouTube? All those ads they are playing on the channels, they are getting money from it. The ad revenue, my brother, advertisement is the biggest thing. Oh man, that data they are collecting, don't you know they're selling it to advertisers too? My brother, I don't know. Ijele, why can't Trump follow the order and making chloroquine available? My brother, he has made it available, but the FDA and the pharmaceutical mafia, you don't know how America works, my brother. Hey, an ordinary person, they would have taken you out immediately. They would have taken you out immediately. Thank you, brother. One love, my brother. God to man. Well done, bro. You're on point. Thank you. Now you where they see him now. Meet Ubon King. Search the man from YouTube. Is a key to Alan Onyema. Okay, you can inbox me. Let me see what we can do. We'll just try. Yeah, please. I told Barrister Emeka Emeka residing in UK about you concerning what you say about Biafra. We want to speak with you. No problem. Give me his number. Inbox me his number. There's an inbox there. You can contact me. My phone number is on the page too. Just add +9 to that 05. My brother, more grace and wisdom. Thank you, my brother. Thanks. You are doing another. Dalu one name mother. Answer them ugweze. Do the one dalu. Mam non aba. Bro, you have these people. My dear, they are nobodies. They are only thriving on intimidation and blackmail. As long as they cannot blackmail you, my brother, it's easy to expose them. Most people who know the truth about them are under one blackmail or another, or the people who want jobs from them. I don't care. I will find my path. Senior, you know more than the CIA. My brother, no one knows more than them, but you just know their inner workings. Once you know how they operate, come on, they are nobodies. What's gonna happen? Happen when? I don't get the question. Is it true Trump said that he will use the military to vaccinate all Americans? But my dear, I haven't seen that thing. Let me see the news. If he tries that, believe me, he will have a war on his hands. I didn't get that. Please send me the article. Send me the article, please. I thank you for this program. Please continue this matter. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, bro. I'm enjoying your teaching. Okay. Which one? Decadara. Shut up. Please go and learn spelling first. Go and learn the spelling of shut up. Let me even block your ass. Before I block you, you see, you are answering Decadara. Ibudara. Listen, when you lift your mother's garment, you lift your mother's skirt, look up there, see that thing you're seeing, tell it to shut up. Idiot. If it's a shut up, we wouldn't have an idiot like you coming to bother us here. Block user. Don't block the fool. Lift your mother's clothes and tell that thing you see there to shut up. Banza. Biko, send the Aram number again. Are you there? Oh, you there talking? One day, Batago. Okay, my number is on the page. Someone write it. My number is on the page. Inbox me your number. Inbox me. There is an inbox there. Inbox me and I will text you. Even one of my friends start talking. Momo. Keep it up. My brother, there is this. My number is on the page. Go check it later. You will see it. Igwe ngori. Nwanne ka o si ada. Each ad hoc ebe. Eze John Chukwuka, well done. You must call my name now. Brother John Eze. Hey, John Eze, like I follow the page. I've missed you. I know they've been taking down my account. Hey, that people who know man. The West plays Monopoly game. That's what the Dagotes are learning to. Of course, my brother. Of course. And they're not playing it to favor their own people. Turkey. In Turkey, you have monopolists. See, some of my friends, some of my Turkish friends, if not because of this lockdown, I'll be breaking fast with them in their homes. These are the people that in every country, you must have people that control the means of production. It can't be left to the public, believe me. You leave it in the hands of the public, your country will talk to China. guess what? They will still bring their own people to control it. So make it open, let the strong people lead, but don't go and put your legs on the necks of the poor people. Do you know many people in Turkey consider me fascist? You see, these my rich friends, their sisters, in fact, most of their sisters are liberals, the men are conservative. When we sit down and gather, you see them talking nonsense. Most of them don't know that I understand Turkish very well. They will tell you, leave him. He talks sense in Sultan, just that he's a fascist. How am I a fascist? For telling you that corporations are not bad, evil corporations are evil, good corporations are good. And without corporations, you can't function. Every corporation is there to make money. But when you extend the boundary, when you exceed the boundary, guess what? You become a real fascist. Fascism is a group of corporations controlling the whole thing. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with race or whatever. Okay? Oh, not in the apple. God bless you. Don't you think Trump should use the same propaganda these guys are using on him to tackle them? No, he is doing it already. How else is he gonna say it? There are words I can use, he can't. Okay? Bro, please stop blocking them. Try and let them know the good plans you have for them. My brother, you cannot. Can you talk to a brick wall? Can you talk to a brick wall? Do you have that time? Please, if you have that time, open your own platform and tolerate these guys for 2 minutes. I dare you. You'll be teaching, you are not using any notes. It's just any article you see, and you are not even playing them. I could have just put out the article and tell them, okay, everybody, go read or watch this episode. I'm using my mind, using the power, everything I've gathered over the years to teach them for free. And an idiot is there making up points. Before you know it, people will start replying him. And those people who are replying the idiot will not miss the message. Would you rather I leave a fool who will be disturbing the whole class and just because I want to teach him, and let him distract us from what we're doing? My brother, I don't operate that way. We are not here to look for followers or fans, okay? So those ones, they can just go. You can't save everyone. Those ones are beyond redemption. No need having them here. Watching you from Tel Aviv, Israel. God, well, you too, one Arizona, Michael. God bless you too. True, was true. Okay, my sister. Likes of Zara Fashion, of course, from Spain. Of course. Mazi, this Onyebuchi, I'm making use of my girlfriend. Ha! One that can get away. Buchi. Ha! You just want you start tell us, say, Chinemerem na your girlfriend. My brother, don't forget all those guys, all those shades. No, they throw shade at me. Oh. No, they throw shade at me. If not, I go vex, go get my own girlfriend. Get my own girlfriend now, my brother. You are blessed. God, guys. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You too. Mazi, you are doing a great work. You see, the other one, them mad. You see, we came from on rubbing it on our faces. And I don't hear them now. All of you that are the dreamers, all of you that are dreaming, are you seeing it? You heard it from our brother. Marco go. Because when the fight starts, I will fight on his side, okay? Thank you. I have checked. There is no option to inbox you. Welcome. There's an important, but there is this thing on the page. Okay, let me put the number here. So let's read as many comments as we can, because time is against me. Any business to do in Turkey? Business plenty. People, if you know those that deal in these things, all these, please let me know. We can talk business. This is from my landlord. This is from my landlord. All these things. Many. For your bathrooms. If you know anyone who is a serious businessman, contact me. This is from my landlord. We can do the business, okay? Occult man from Freemasonry. How many Facebook pages have been looking for your page all blocked? Occultic man. My brother, now so my brother, my fellow occultic men are blocking me. This my brother. Now that some group of doctors have won in Supreme Court against compulsory vaccination on ground that is not proven safe, Ijele, it will be good you mention it here, please. Please send me the article, brother. Send me the article. Go to finally find you again. Nana Valerie. Oh, you see, my people. Please like and follow the page. Go to my YouTube account, my guys. If you are following my YouTube channel, you have found out that I'm here. My people, please, if you are not already following my YouTube page, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Ijele Speaks. We will keep on speaking. See the YouTube channel here, please. Subscribe to it. Subscribe to the channel, Ijele Speaks. Okay? Patrick Eze, but if you are interested in the business, you let me know. Ijele Speaks. So we'll gather here. If they block us, from there you will know that we are back on a new page. Okay? God bless you. One Nabuchi Lion. Agudo. Watching you from Belgium. God bless you so much. God bless you too. We need to educate our people at home. It's very important for them to know. Of course, that's where the fight should be. And this is my number, 534-2006870. Yes, this is my phone number. The YouTube version. Okay? Bros, I like what you guys are doing to bring awareness to the public. You are great. Please. Thank you, 1-0. Thank you. Correct. Nsima. Hey, Baba. How it happen? Until you understand the game in Nigeria, you can checkmate those Fulani. My dear, whether Fulani or anybody, even these Fulani people are suffering. My dear, it's everywhere. Go check the governor of Akwa Ibom State. The journalist is hounding, who is exposing the corruption, is not a Hausa man. It's a Fulani, not their people. This is a fascist society they are creating. We will bring them all down at the same time. Believe me. I think if some of them really wants to learn, let them go and listen to his previous video program. Is that from? No. Plumbing materials. Now plumbing materials, my brother. Plumbing materials. I'm in for the business. Contact me later. Yes. Interest. I'm here in South Africa. The business is good in South Africa too. It's good in South Africa. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? You are fire. You too, my brother, Sylvia Emeka, Monday. Dalu. The catalog you show there, please. I'm interested. Tell me. Okay, no problem. And if you need the catalog, I can send it to you too. You're working and listening. Okay, Dalu, have you resumed? You've subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Njele, how do you see the diaspora radio? Because it's not 70% ready now. My brother, the diaspora radio, if they have good information, it will work. If they don't have any good information and they'll keep repeating all this nonsense I'm hearing on social media, forget it. It's still the same thing. I hope they know the right message, know the right things they will be putting out, not all these recycling of old format that got us nowhere. Okay, watching you from India. Ha! Precious God, you ruin India. You ruin India. Our people are waking up. Of course, they're waking up. EJ, I didn't get the big pics well. I did trade fair. Oh, you did trade fair. Don't worry. Text me on WhatsApp. I will send you the photos. I'm watching from Italy. Okay. How Italo? Is them against us? Of course. I will stand to you what Trump said. Okay. You're watching you from Brussels. Brussels, that city. Don't worry. One day we are going to do an expose on those European countries and how their rulers came to be. And today we are going to do a small expose on Barack Hussein Obama and who he really is. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and I hope to see you later in the day. Please make sure the notification bell is turned on. Only 798 reactions. Please guys, if you have not liked the video, just hit the like button. It helps, because some of your friends will just see the video just by getting alerted that you liked a certain post or a video. Okay, just hit the like button right now. Please, I need your WhatsApp number. I'll put my WhatsApp number there already. My WhatsApp number again, okay. That's the WhatsApp number. Watching from Dubai, Uber Bright. That's my WhatsApp number here, guys. That's the number. Like I said, turn on the notification bell on the page, like and follow. Some of you are not even following the page. Sometimes I'll be sending you multiple invites to like the page. Like and follow the page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Ijele Speaks. Yeah, share it. Share it with your friends and family as we bring this to a close. Thank you, everyone, and I wish you the best of the day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Bye.